Wars, the Old Republic. This is Gazthor. Let's get going. We're back here in Bugtown. There's a few quests here to pick up. I'm sure there's a heroic quest.
You see, we're setting up a new base of operations where Outpost Freedom is now, but those colicoids are proving a headache. Our orbital bombers have specialized toxic bombs to drive them off, but apparently they need infrared markers to aim at. I'm looking for someone to place those markers.
Sounds like a huge waste of my time.
Did I mention the markers must be placed near nests of swarming colicoids? We need the markers placed in these locations. Once they're all in place, I can order the bombardment.
Warn me first. If I look up and see toxic bombs overhead, I will be unhappy.
I'll contact you when I read the markers are in place. Watch yourself around the colicoids.
Okay.
Sir, we just took 50% casualties. That's called a defeat. We're dead without reinforcements.
Where are you, Private? Does this look like Alderaan? On Balmurra, 50% is the price of admission. Everyone fights, Private Gambar. Either you go in shooting, or we freeze you in carbonite and use you as a shield.
I like your attitude, Lieutenant.
A bit of enthusiasm helps on days like today. We've encountered an unidentified insectoid species.
They're 3 meters tall. Blasters don't kill them. They can chew through armor.
Private Gambar here is expressing the diminished morale that resulted from our failure to achieve the objective.
Shoot the mouthy one and the rest will fall in line.
So, speaking solely for the team, and given that we already shot Private Cam...
A neutron detonator can wipe out a city, Private. If there's plans for one in there, I want all available manpower for this objective.
Oh, thank the Force.
We'll be back in combat as soon as we get done with a little field surgery.
How much medical attention does the squad need?
We've got concussions, a fractured arm, a hand with no meat on it, and our medics are tied up removing a rib from a lung. Everyone left in that complex is dead. The insectoids appear to consume their enemies. So, as less than half of us can even walk, can you give us a hand? Go in and get those schematics out.
The insects will learn fear, and if they are incapable of that, pain.
My lord, that is a scenario that meets our approval. Now, I should warn you. The plans are separated out for the manufacture of individual parts, so it's not one straight run in there. Once you have all the plans, come back and tell us how you did it. I need the squad to hear that these bugs can die.
A little bit of morale boost for them there. I don't have toxic bombs. What does it give me? Oh yeah, that row, which I'm not terribly interested in.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon. Kanju's disease. I'll have my wind back in a minute. Oh. Oh, that's better. Dr. Rivas, Imperial Science Bureau. Welcome to Project Hexapod. Not much, is it? Just me and a couple of obsolete computers. Empire's throwing all its resources into the war. What little good it does. But maybe you can help me.
Spare me the sob story.
I'm not angling for sympathy here. You're familiar with the weaponized colicoids, right? You can't miss them. The results of some kind of sick, wonderful experiments. Got loose when the Empire bombed the place. I'm here to uncover and analyze every scrap, every detail of those perverse, amazing experiments. Where, why, who, how, what. And then put it to good use.
The pursuit of knowledge is endless, isn't it?
Knowledge is all well and good, but I'm more interested in the practical applications. I've located ground zero of the colicoid experiments, but between the mutated colicoids and my bad lungs, I can't get in. I need you to take this data spike and upload every scrap of information on those experiments you can find. Not just the formula, everything.
If you're going to make me feel guilty, I'll do it.
Good to hear. Project Hexapod might not be a wash after all. Ground Zero isn't far from here. Big lab facility. Hard to miss. Good luck out there.
Alright, so Project Hexapod is there. To deposit poison body parts. There's the question of motivation. Gotta mark these 3 nests. And that'll do it. Before we go, one, we want to get this. And 2, over here just out on that island, you climb up not very far. There's a place where you can, yes I have enough money, you can buy an item that's used to unlock a datacron. So we're going to be doing that first. Just keep up if you want to do the datacron, we'll be going down this way. But if you go too far out away from where I'm going, you'll hit an exhaustion zone, you'll start losing health pretty quick. So you want to kind of stick to the path that I'm following. Okay. Well, that guy coughing and hacking up a lung there reminded me of what I've been through the past 2 or 3 weeks. A few weeks ago I got a pretty bad cough, and I went into the doctor. And the doctor diagnosed me with, oh great, now I'm blanking on the name, with some coughing disease that goes away, affects your lungs. Anyway, I had that. And
Take a look. Everything you see is for sale.
so I just had to wait for it to pass through me. Okay, this is the item we need. Lost code cylinder, not to be confused with Imperial code cylinder. That actually opens this crate here, and I can't guarantee what's inside it because I really don't know. But this lost one goes to a crate somewhere up over in this direction, which we will find and unlock to get the datacron.
Come back anytime.
Anyway, so my lungs have this disease in them. But while he's sitting there listening to my chest for the breathing to make sure it's not pneumonia or anything, he sits there and he listens to my heart for quite a while. And I'm not sure what he's doing, but then he goes out and gets one of his, students or whatever that's tailing him around, doing an intern or whatever he's doing. And he comes and listens for a while. They talk together and they think that they hear something weird. It turns out that, I don't remember the name of this either, but I have some kind of weird heart condition. It doesn't happen all the time, but a lot of the beats of my heart, a lot of the time every 3rd beat will be a little bit stronger, and then it'll have a little bit of a wait time before the next beat kicks in. It's kind of weird. So I'll have a boom, 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 something like that. So that's the kind of, yeah, so apparently I have that heart condition. Well, just today, I actually made it out to the hospital where they did a stress echocardiogram. That's where they put your heart under stress by making you walk on a treadmill, and they're also, watching your heart and seeing what's going on to make sure that they can see what's going on. They get, those echograms or whatever, like the ultrasounds that they do when you're pregnant or whatever, to see the baby. They do that on my heart. Did that on my heart so they could, watch it flutter. Okay. And it's one of the yuckiest procedures you can have done on you in the hospital. And here's why. So you walk up and you say, okay, I need a stress echo. That's what they call it there. The longer name for it is a stress echocardiogram. They call it a stress echo there in the hospital, because echocardiograms are a little more common. So that's a stress echo. So they have you take off your shirt, and if you have any hair on your chest or anything, they shave it off, and they put these little sticker things on that have little metal diodes on them. And then they put this big old belt on you. Oh, ouch, that guy froze me. Put this big old belt on you. And it's got like 10 different cords all coming out from it. Oh, I gotta save Chem there. So it's got like 10 different cords coming out from it. And each one of them hooks up to a diode on your chest. So now you've got this little pack, like a little fanny pack, sitting on your hip. And you've got 10 cords just hanging all off your chest everywhere. Okay. On top of that, not only do they have to do that, but they also have to have your blood pressure while it's going. So you get a little blood pressure cuff on your arm, one that's hooked up to a machine that'll inflate and squeeze your arm nice and tight. Okay. So they hook all that up. And then they have you lay down on a bed, and they have you lay on your left side specifically. And they do an ultrasound on it. And they see what they can see. And they get that goopy stuff, and they put the little Doppler on you, or whatever it's called, and they have a look inside your heart, take a few pictures to save for whoever looks at it. The radiologist, I think, is what his position is called. Anyway, there you go. Oh gosh, these things are so thick around here. Can't move anywhere without running into a colicoid. So anyway, they get you all set up, and they, do your heart. And that's the stress part. Is where they get you all hooked up, and they just do the ultrasound. At that point, they have you stand up and get on a treadmill. And this treadmill, starts going, and they need to get your heart rate up to a certain amount. And usually with most of the patients they get who are like over the age of 60 by the time they need stress echocardiograms, the heart rate that they need to get to is not terribly high. But for a nice in-shape 30-year-old like me, yes, I'm about 30 years old, not quite, but close. I turned 30 later this year. I had to get my heart rate up to 172 beats per minute. That's kind of high. Oh, I haven't gotten to the worst part yet. So they have to get my heart rate up. So they start me walking on this treadmill, and about every 3 to 5 minutes, the treadmill, gets harder. It goes faster. I don't need a feeder, do I? No. So every 3 to 5 minutes, that thing starts going faster, and not only faster, but it starts tipping up by a couple of degrees. All right, willpower. That's a good one for us. There we go. Last Datacron on the planet. Sweet. All right, so now I need to find a mutilator. Head down this way. Okay. So the thing starts going faster, and go steeper every few minutes in order to get my heart rate up successfully. Okay, still not horrible. The blood pressure cuff is going, though, every couple of minutes. It'll go off, and you have to take your arm off of the little handhold thing on the treadmill so that it can pump it up. So you can only have one hand on the treadmill occasionally. That's getting a little bit harder now. I don't see a mutilator. I guess I just want to head up to these then, so I need to cross and go up here, because I don't think I can climb. Alright, we'll just follow the road then. Okay. So, I'm on the treadmill. I've got, 10 cords dangling off of me onto my, onto a little hip pouch that I'm wearing. Got my shirt off, got all those cords hooked up to my chest. Well, there's a mutilator right there. I can't mark him. Oh well. And it's getting harder and harder, and not only that, but occasionally I need to remove my hands from the, or one of my arms from the treadmill, just to let the blood pressure cuff do its thing. There you are. Okay. Alright, so, but wait, it gets worse. When they were doing the ultrasound at first, before I started walking, they figured out that, the contrast was a little off, and they couldn't see the pictures quite clearly. So now, well, that's gray anyway, it's not going to increase my skill. So now, I'm stuck with the fact that the contrast is off. And how do they fix that? Well, they inject you with radioactive goop. Yeah, literally, it's radioactive. It's this white goop, looks like, Spider-Man stuff that he shoots out, Spider-Man web. So now if they stick a needle in my hand, well, they tried to get my arm first, and they missed it. So they were poking around there for a while. It wasn't comfortable. And then they were poking around in my hand, on the back of my hand, and they finally got one to stick. And so now my hand is all hurting, and it's got an IV stuck in it. So that way, during the test, or right when I'm about to get off, they can shoot me up with some of that Spider-Man goop so that the pictures can come out clearer. Okay, fair enough. I'm not in the correct area. It's over there, huh? Oh gosh, let me over. Gosh, you almost hit me, you jerks. Okay. So I'm doing this whole thing with a blood pressure cuff on one arm, and on my other hand I've got, an IV sticking out so that they can shoot me full of radioactive liquid. But wait, there's more. Okay. So right after they get my heart rate up, they need to get their pictures done pretty quickly because they want to get a lot of those pictures while my heart rate is in the proper range or whatever. So they need to move pretty quickly after my heart rate gets to that range. So I'm sitting there on the treadmill and I say, okay, I'm about done, I can't do any more. They say, okay, thanks for letting us know. You have 30 seconds now. Because they had to, that's when they start reaching over the bed and sticking the little syringe in with the radioactive goop. And it takes 30 seconds for it to get spread throughout, my system enough that it'll affect the imaging. So I've got 30 seconds now before I can do anything. Okay, sorry, I got distracted there. Okay, so I've got 30 seconds before I can do anything useful. And they're sitting here, so I have to give up my other hand, with the one with the IV in it, for a while, so that they can do that. And it's already moving really fast, and it's already gone up a couple of times, and so that's already getting pretty hard. And all of a sudden I have to take my other hand off, and then the blood pressure cuff goes off, so I start trying to take my other hand off, and I can barely keep up with the treadmill. But wait, there's more. Right after you do all that, so they need to get their imaging pretty quickly with your heart rate up already. So they have the bed right next to the treadmill. And as soon as those 30 seconds are up and they hit stop, they have you, sit down on the bed and roll over onto your left side. And they start, frantically trying to get all the pictures they need. So that's not too bad yet. However, it turns out that the oxygen in your lungs messes with the imaging just a little bit. So you're sitting there, they just made you run a marathon practically. And you're all kinds of messed up because of the marathon you just ran. And not only that, but they're just sitting there saying, alright, take just a little breath and then push it all out and then hold it for 3 seconds while you're sitting here. And you can't even keep your breath. Oh my goodness, it was not fun. And then when they were all done, they were going to take the needle out of my hand, and they're like trying to take the tape off to take the IV out. And suddenly the whole thing just comes flying out, and I'm, bleeding everywhere out of my hand. Not only that, but my legs are sore. I have to keep moving my legs, or it feels like they're gonna stiffen up or something, and still trying to catch my breath. So after, a couple of minutes of just laying down there on the bed, I sit up, thinking that I'm, getting pretty close to, ready to go. So most of them file out of the room. The nurse goes and stands by the door, and they get me a bottle of water while I'm sitting there and everything. Then all of a sudden I start getting lightheaded because of all the times I've been holding my breath. So I'm sitting there about passing out, sitting on the bed, and the nurse is by the door saying, okay, you're ready to go. Well, not saying that, but it feels like that. And I'm sitting here, I have to lay down or I'm going to pass out. So I lay down there, and the nurse is just standing there. Really socially awkward moment there, where I'm trying not to pass out, and the nurse is already by the door, waiting for me to leave. So I lay down for a good couple of minutes, until my head stops spinning. And then I sit up for a couple of minutes to make sure it's not going to happen again, and then I can start actually heading out the door. That was socially awkward few moments there. Not only that, but I was the last scheduled appointment of the day. I was scheduled at 4 p.m. and So they were all off at 5. All their scheduled appointments were done by 5. And so, they had nothing else to do except wait for me to leave so that they could, turn everything off. Needless to say, that was a very awkward and painful appointment that I had at the hospital today. The greatest part about it is, I don't even know what my heart's doing yet. They said that they saw what they got what they think the doctor was looking at, but of course they're not the radiologist, so they're not obliged to tell me anything. They just sit there and say, oh, yeah, we got the images the doctor requested. That's about it. You'll hear back from your doctor after the radiologist sees it or after the doctor sees it or whatever. So there you go. I can't even tell you what's going on in my heart right now, but there you go.
Our bombers are pounding those colicoid nests into toxic dust. You do excellent work. Thanks for your help. You've certainly earned this.
I'm doing okay for myself. Alright, what's this enhancement here? We're rating 54. We usually want power over critical for a healer. So for these, got 54, 1404. I could use that. 7, 11. Yeah, I could use that here in this lightsaber. So let's grab it. And there you go. Alright, and don't worry about all of these heroic quests that I'm missing. I'll come back and do all of the heroic quests after I've gained some levels. I'll just do the ones that are really convenient for me to do right now. And when I'm a higher level, I will come back and clear them all out so I can get the achievements. So you'll see me run all the hero quests at some point. I just want to finish the main bonus series quests and all those. Yeah, see, look at all these that I have to do. There's a ton of them. Okay, but mostly what I work on while I'm leveling is companions. You find your class. You make sure that they get all 1,000 kills. So there you go. These are actually not in order, so don't worry about too much about spoilers, but yes, worry a little bit. Alright. There's one other one that I was trying to look at. Operation location. Legacy, probably. Alright, so you do want to make sure you get one of every crew skill so you can get all the advanced crew skills. You can get this legacy title. That's nice. You get the crew skills and the advanced crew skills all the way to their max level. So as you're selecting different characters, you kind of want to spread everything out. Pick a crafting skill for each person and make sure that all the gathering and mission skills are taken up. Social, you want to run flashpoints or do some heroic quests with other people. That'll get you social. I'll probably raise that a lot. Once I get closer to max level, I'll do a lot of flashpoint grinding and things like that. Let's see. Legacy level. One thing that really helps legacy level is starting a new character. So my legacy's not going to be amazing right now. See if I can get it to show up there. Yeah, my legacy level is 1. I'm already level 24. So you'll get all these as you start rolling new characters. You'll notice a huge boost in how much legacy level experience you get when you roll a new character. And then it'll kind of die down a little bit. So, yeah, you'll get that eventually. Social, I've talked about. Valor, this is for PvP. Valor will go up as you start getting, look, you get Valor rank 50, you get 20 cartel coins. Ooh, yay. Okay, alignment, make sure you have at least one character that chooses as many dark side options as they can, and one character that'll choose as many light side options as they can. Yeah, so this character's the dark one. Currency, once you have this many credits currently on you, I only have 66,000 right now, then you'll get that. These two are only obtainable by subscribers, because as a free-to-play, I think your credit cap is 200,000, 250,000, something like that. And as a preferred status player, your credit cap is 350,000, but then it's unlimited as a subscriber. So you can save up all that. Level, you just want to level every class all the way up. I've got my Sith Inquisitor here. I get level 50, 55, and then 60. I get a bunch of those. And once you hit a certain level with any class, each Imperial class, you can combine it in a bunch of different ways. So there you go. Then possessions, if you want to go around and search for all these things that you can buy with credits or buy with cartel coins, you can earn some of these. So it's 0 out of 0 because there's 0 points you get from it, but it's still, stuff that you can earn. Okay, well, we're back here where we got the quest to head over to Bug Island. We'll turn that in.
You've returned. Tell me you were able to deposit the poisoned body parts throughout the colicoid nest.
It was actually quite simple.
If the colicoids associate eating human flesh with dying, their survival instinct will steer them away from us as a food source.
Alright, we got another headpiece. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. It'll make me look like a dork for a while. But I plan on getting a different mask, a modifiable mask eventually, so we can live with this for now. Means, yeah, we have this weird chest guard thing going on, or this chin guard, whatever. But it improves our stats for now. Which is all that really matters when you're looking at green gear. As long as it improves your stats, it really doesn't matter. Once you start getting the orange gear, you want to get what looks good, because then you can modify it and keep it nice and powerful. But it'll look the way you want, so there you go. Alrighty. Since we were waiting to go back to a crew skill trainer and get some more, every 20 you gotta keep going back to those guys. And archaeology and slicing are about the same, so we're good there. So yeah. I'm gonna head back and talk to Captain LaVerse to finish the Belmora bonus series. And I might as well... Yeah, I have a modifiable focus, so I can always come back and get that later. Have a modifiable lower robe, come back and get that later. That doesn't have any special modifiable stuff. I have modifiable chest piece. So, that can wait for later. Did I just abandon the... Shoot. I think I did. Oh, gosh, dang it. Yes, there's this guy here. I may have screwed up there. Sorry, viewers, I may have abandoned the bonus series quests. So I will look into fixing that later. Ooh, expunge. This one will actually heal statuses. When like a debuff gets put on somebody, you can clear it with this, like a burn effect or something like that. You can totally wipe it up. Okay, so let's talk to Captain Laverse and see how hard it is to recomplete this. Maybe it'll auto-recomplete because I've done all those other missions, or maybe I just talk to those guys. Yeah, I'm just going to spacebar through it because I've already talked to all this. Yeah, I accidentally got rid of this. Yeah, it was the lower robes one.
Displaying all authorized destinations.
Yeah, we'll fix this. I was able to grab the bonus series again. It might tell me to go do them all again, but I may just have to talk to them, and if I have to actually run the quests again, I will just do that off screen. I will go back to the final conversation with the Balmora bonus series, because I kind of goofed up there. But don't worry, it's recoverable, as you can see. It didn't even tell me to go to the right outpost, you stupid game. I wanted to go to this one. It told me to go to this Marcaran outpost. I wanted to go to the remote outpost, because he's right up there. I have a sinking feeling that I'm going to need to redo
You must be
a lot of these. Yeah, we've already talked to you. Oh, good. I've already completed all those, so now I can just go back and talk to Captain Laverse. Okay. So there's the fix. That wasn't bad. And that mission you can pick up there, that's just one of the heroic missions that I dropped for now, because I'm really getting sick of Balmora. I would love to move on, and I believe we will be moving on next time, because this time we're just going to finish the bonus series and head back to our ship and take care of anything we need to do on our ship. So let's start tracking our our class quest again. Alright, take me back, because I finished all of those. This one we won't skip through because we haven't heard the end conversation yet.
My lord, we feared you wouldn't survive. It's chaos out there.
And who do you think is responsible for that chaos, Captain? With every target you eliminated, the Resistance became more disorganized. I've ordered all available forces to the battlefield.
Our bombers devastated the enemy in the first 10 minutes. Their defenses are in shambles.
I told you I'd win this war. So I did.
So you did, indeed.
We forced their 6th Battalion into Bugtown. The colicoids are eating them alive.
I think I'd like to see that. You'll be moving on, I presume. Letting the fires of Balmora light your way as you unearth secrets for your master.
I've learned many things since becoming Sith. Not all of it needs to be shared.
That is why I respect you. Colonel, prepare my shuttle.
Yes, my lord.
When you think back to Balmora, remember the armies you laid to waste, the enemies you slew, and remember me, and the rewards I gave you.
If we meet again, Darth Lacris, things will be different. Remember that.
You really are an interesting creature. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have rebels to annihilate. Tell the troops, Captain, that today we win this world. Today the Resistance has fallen.
Alright, and we get everything no matter what, so we'll just drop that into our bank, and let's get out of here. Do a little bit of cleanup on our ship. And then, yeah, I'll be ready to travel to Nar Shaddaa. There's our hangar bay. Alright, where's the front entrance or back entrance or whatever? Can I get in here? Yes, I can. Alright, so how'd you like Balmorra? Again, if you had played Knights of the Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic 2, there is some other story about Balmorra, and that would make that planet a little more exciting for you, I think. Actually, let's do the reverse engineering on this headgear first. Alright. Now, let's dump stuff into there. All the crafting stuff. I'll organize it later. These two I actually want to sell on the GTN because we're never going to use those. Okay. What's this? Yeah, that will keep. Right. Wait. There we go. More options for taking ourselves out that we've earned automatically. Here's some experience boosts. What do I have over here? Currencies and stuff. Okay, this is consumable. It's a companion gift, and this will probably be in here for a while. I'll put it right here. This is a schematic for another crew skill crafting, the Cybertech. So I will pass that to my Cybertech once I have a Cybertech, which won't be for quite a long time. Okay. There we go. I believe now we're ready to travel to Nar Shaddaa. But I'm going to do that next time. This has been Kazthor. Thanks for watching.